What is up, everybody? Welcome back to our channel. I almost said Red Bull. Uh, crime, crime and Chisme. I hope everybody is having a great day. We have a friend and a guest on, Kristen. Um,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. We met Kristen from the group. She joined Kyron's group, and that's how we met. And then we got Coffee. Hey, Coffee.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I am good.
We have had nothing but scheduling conflict the last 2 weeks.
I know you guys. You already know. Like we are so bad, especially me. But like the past 2 weeks, I've been even worse. I don't know what's going on, but there's been a lot happening off of here, so um we'll get it together eventually. Eventually. But we wanted to come on here and just talk a little. We're going to talk about some things first, but then it's going to be just kind of we want to see if any of our subs come on and talk to you guys, and we miss you. I hope Amelia joins. I miss her. But first thing I want to ask Kristen, how did you when did you hear about Kyron's case? How are you, involved in all of that stuff? How
I I heard about Kyron's case when it was happening, on the news. I watched everything I could possibly watch on it, looked up everything I could possibly look up about it, and I just was floored that some kid can just go missing from a school.
So you actually looked at the Facebook groups and did you
Yeah,
join the blogs and
I
stuff?
didn't I didn't join anything at the time because I was going through my own stuff, but I was looking up things and I was watching the news, and they were just saying what they have been always saying about Kyron disappearing, and that was the whole story that's been going for 13 years.
and
Terry did this and that.
you're from the area too, right?
Yeah. Yes, and at the time he went missing, I was living in that area. And so it scared me because I had, kids of my own, and I was just like, how can a child go missing like that? And nobody say anything about it for hours.
I bet everybody was scared. I bet you guys
I
were
was. I
too.
was like,
And to
I'm
me,
scared.
that is a lot of the problem. It's how does nobody say anything?
And but like I said, I just watched all the news. I watched, you know, a few things here and there, and I mean the only thing that you could possibly think of is that what they put out was Terry had Kyron and did something or whatever. Not like the first couple weeks or whatever of it, because they didn't really know what was going on. And the first interview that they did, they Kane and Desiree both were like, no, Terry would not do that. Terry's doing just as much work as everybody else is doing. So at first, in my mind in my mind, I thought, oh my gosh, somebody had to come in and take Kyron, or he ran off or something.
Hey, Amelia, I just was talking about you. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're doing well. We miss you.
So yeah. So that's what at first that was what was going through my mind, because you see that interview and it says nothing about Terry doing anything bad. They Even Desiree turns her head, looks at Kane, and is like, no. She, when he would talk, she would shake her head and go, yeah, no. Like she she doesn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
So that's what it was at first. That was the first initial thought I had. And then after that, something shook it up and they started putting Terry's picture out and the truck. And that's, pretty much where I left off is when they first started going after Terry.
Did
Some
you look at any of the newspaper sites that were online at that time? Like,
Not
did you look at
really
Oregon
because
Live?
Not really because like I said, I was going through my own thing at the time.
Okay.
That
See,
was
I'm trying to
really,
figure out because I have a completely different recollection, and I'm not from the area. I'm from
right.
away. So my only sources were basically online.
Yeah.
And even in these early days, right off the bat, they didn't like the way she looked. They didn't like, and it was always this air
Yeah.
of suspicion. And there was always a group that was encouraging that.
Right. They still do encourage it.
Oh, yes, yes.
And even other bad things. Like it's ridiculous. And
Absolutely.
you know, so that's at first my view of it because see the
Right.
interview on the news of that, and they're both like, no, Terry, has nothing to do with it. Like she's doing just as much as everybody else to find Kyron. So that was initial, and then afterwards, it was kind of like, somewhere along the way, it dropped off that, oh my gosh, it's Terry,
Right.
because it wasn't about Terry at first. And nobody, it seems like people that didn't live in the area, they didn't know that.
yeah.
Well, that's because that's not what we were seeing. Like I said, if I went to Oregonian Live, um, I was seeing everybody questioning what Terry was doing and why she made the decisions she made,
Yeah.
and
And
you know,
right. And I think that is when, um, maybe when it got to everyone else, that's, at the, where it was in the news, that Terry did this, did that, like everything she did. If she turned her head left too far, she looks like a murderer. Like it's
right,
ridiculous.
right, and that's exactly the way it was too. Um,
Yeah,
there was even as simple as what she had on her Facebook page was brought into question. Uh, there was a game back in that time. I actually played it, but Facebook would update to Facebook automatically without you being on it, and it actually had updated to her Facebook page. And I don't know, there's people will argue with you about it, but my experience with that game was that it could log on and do whatever it wanted to. Not necessarily log on, but it sent you like updates. It was
yeah,
different back in 2010 with Facebook.
it was. It totally was.
Our
And
technology has come so far, and we tend to forget that. Everybody thinks when they say, "Oh, she was uploading photos to Facebook," that she was doing this from a phone, or they act like that's what she was doing. When in reality, I would bet that she had a camera that she
yes,
actually took pictures with. Because our cameras on our phone at that point, if you had one, was very primitive. It wasn't like it is
yes.
now, nothing.
You had to hook your phone up, or your phone. You had to hook up your camera to your computer and
Physically
basically,
down or uploading, yep.
like, you could do either a few at a time or one at a time or whatever. And It isn't like it is now. You can't just be like taking a picture, automatically send that picture that you just, took from
Right.
Facebook. It wasn't like that. And you are correct. She did have to legit go home, sit down in front of the computer, plug it in, and then upload it from her camera to the computer, and then from that file, upload it to Facebook.
So it would be common for us back then to upload a group of pictures that we might have
Right.
taken. For me, I was really bad. I might only upload once a month. So, I might have a month of worth of photos that I uploaded on one day.
Right. Right. So that's ridiculous.
And they try to spin that and all make it look some sort of way when it really isn't anything, guys. It's just the way it was.
yeah, it's not like we're lying to anybody. It's not like, when we're talking or when you guys are talking about her uploading pictures, like we have been just saying, you can't just do it at the time that you're taking a picture. You have to upload it from your camera to the computer, from that file to Facebook, and then upload it there too. And
And just
sometimes,
so everybody's clear, like the technology in 2010 was iPhone 2.
right.
Um,
So understand.
iPhone 2. And that was very, very expensive. There weren't a lot of people that had an iPhone 2
Right.
cell
Right.
phone, especially as a parent. That just wasn't the median income phone, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
And
You
just
know?
like they turn that around because everything has to go with their narrative, and they say that they don't put out misinformation, they don't do this, they don't do that. And so today we were discussing I was looking through Web Sleuth, which is a very reliable Web Sleuth has helped solve cases before. Like
Yes.
those people are amazing. I mean, there's opinions in there, but the stuff with links that are no longer available, they made sure they copied and pasted, and then they put it on there so they can see it later.
And
But
I just want to say, before we get too far into this, if you look at a statement that was from 2010 and there's a link with it, chances are that they probably didn't have the foresight to say, hey, in 2023, somebody's going to be going through this. So let me put a false link here.
Right.
exactly.
Yeah. So dumb.
So they were saying, somebody in our group came out the other day and they said that they took a picture of the Fred Meyer parking lot. There was a white truck there, and this was in August, I think, of
2000,
2011, or was
I
it
believe it was
2010?
2011.
And they were just showing the size of the parking lot, and they were like, the size is really not big in real life, so people are saying that she parked far away and this and that. And then the guy even said that there was a Starbucks on the outside. This is the first Fred Meyers, I think.
The Embry
Yeah,
So
Drive.
Meyer and
huh.
I'm I'm trying to think of the name of that, where it's at.
Embry Drive.
Embry Drive, that's it.
And this has nothing either way. And then there was like 10 or 20 more comments of people saying, oh yeah, I live there, I go to the outside one because the inside is always more busy, da 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 da. So there's more people. And then Kristen, who you're on with us right now, you're
Right.
like, well, I know for a fact that there was one inside and outside. So
There is.
when you look at the parking lot of Fred Meyer's, is it big, or
Well, okay, so that's depending on which entrance you're coming from.
Uh-huh.
So the one I'm thinking that she came from was not, it was near the road, is what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
Because if you parked in the Beaverton one, at the very back of that one, it is like as big as the store itself. Like back. But
Uh-huh.
where Terry parked is not far away from the store.
Yeah. And
It
even
is,
I mean,
yeah,
even if it is far away, it's like people, I can't drive a big truck. I have to park where there's no cars or I will hit a car. And, even with her car, James had said she parks far away.
yes,
Um, so I mean, everything, all of this is really
Which is a much better option than taking up 2 or 3 parking spots.
right.
I mean, either way, like a truck of Terry's truck size would take up 2 parking spots. Because, well, my husband, he drives tow truck, and we have to take up 2 whole spots just to park when we go in the tow truck to Fred Meyer's. Because we go to
Right.
Fred Meyer's.
Uh-huh.
And we have to park way out because of how big the truck is. So I can imagine her having to park way out there just to find a spot
Yeah.
that the truck could fit in. And so um I was sitting here and I was thinking about the Fred Meyers, and we were talking earlier about it, about the garden center, which is near the pharmacy, health and beauty aisles. They're often adjacent to the garden center. So I'm thinking where she parked, she may have went through the garden center to come in to go to the pharmacy because that's the fastest way to get into the pharmacy. And not only that, it guarantees that she doesn't have to, reverse out of the spot she was in just to, 10-point turn just to get out of the parking lot. So,
See, and that's always, these are things that you think about, especially when it's not your car. It was her husband's, but still, nobody wants to go home and tell their husband, "Hey, I crashed up your truck."
yeah. Yeah. And like that's probably where she parked is my guess, is by the garden center, because that's a smaller section of parking where
And
she
now,
could park far out.
I don't want to call you out on this, but I do want to ask because I think you said at one point that you remember the shortage of pain medications around that time. Was that you
Me,
that said that?
yeah, yes.
Okay. I thought it
They
was.
were they were recalling Tylenol
Mm-hmm.
because it was not um there was a whole bunch of reasons why they were recalling the Tylenol, and there was allergy medicine that
But
was
you
being
do
recalled.
remember that affecting your area.
Yes,
Okay.
it did.
Hey Frank, wait, I think I remember Frank. Coffee, do you remember Frank? Remember, like, I think we used to get into it with him. Was that the
We
guy?
did. Well, I do think that, and it wasn't a bad thing. He
No,
just
no, I
left.
know. I was about to say, but then we, like we were good.
Right.
How
He's
are
got some
you?
serious questions, and we welcome that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I was just wondering if that was the same person. I haven't seen you in a while. But um, so you do remember
Yes,
the shortage, because a lot of people are
I
saying
do
there
remember the
wasn't.
shortage
Mm-hmm.
because it was big. And but our Fred Meyer, our Beaverton Fred Meyers, got new shipment of the right kind of Tylenol that wasn't messed with or didn't have that didn't have any issues with it at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but the Beaverton Fred Meyer got the good Tylenol before all the other ones.
Yeah, and we even looked it up. Like, if you look it up, you can Google it, you can verify stuff like that,
Right.
like, and people are still saying, "Oh, there was no shortage." Well, Google it, make phone calls, do something.
Well, there was a shortage because they were being told to take it off the shelf, and that took like all the Tylenol, and then so what
And there was a
happened?
bunch of stuff in that.
Yeah, there was
A
a
bunch
bunch of
of
stuff
different
about it,
medications.
Mhm.
and it just wasn't Tylenol. It was Benadryl or whatever allergy medicine they deal with. So that
So
was true. She did
so
have to go to Embry Drive and then go to Beaverton because Beaverton is the only Fred Meyers that had the Tylenol. And I remember reading at that time a bunch of comments about, oh, well, if it was my baby and she needed Tylenol, I would just stop at like Walgreens or something and get it. And it's like, how do you know they aren't being recalled too? You might as well
Right.
just go to the store that
Because
is
the way I
telling
read
you.
that, it was one factory that had made a lot of bad medicines because they weren't following protocol. If I remember correctly, it's
Yes.
been a little while.
and
So,
plus places she had to go to, or she ended up going to, weren't they close to the
yes,
other one, to the second one?
she
Hmm. Yeah,
she
because
was like, sorry.
she did end up going to several other places right in the vicinity of the Beaverton.
Which brings up the dry cleaners. People
Oh
are
God.
saying that she did not go to the dry cleaners or something like that. You guys, these people are going like,
Now, the dry cleaners, it didn't come out until like you didn't hear anybody talk about that until like 2013. Or
Right.
I
Yeah.
hadn't heard anybody talk about it until then. Um, that and the
I read,
Michael stuff.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I read in a report from Kyle Oboshi that he had spoken to um, the dry cleaner person that was working and saw Terry. And I read his words, and they said that that person saw Terry come in, drop off some clothes, and they talked, or she saw them, or whatever he said. And it was only just a couple of minutes.
so you saw the actual article, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because we have the, what do we have? It's just like a piece.
Yeah.
We have a snippet from I think Reddit or somewhere, but we can't find the article. Like
Okay.
the
I'll
article
have
is
to look it. I'll see if I can find it.
yeah, if you could find it, that would be a great help. But even over top of that, House, which is for anybody that doesn't know, is Terry's lawyer. He specifically wanted to dispose the manager of
The
the
dry cleaner.
Magic Dry Cleaners.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kim Young, I think, is her name. But that what would be his reasoning for wanting to talk to somebody that at a store that Terry was never at? Um,
Exactly.
Right.
once again, it sometimes boils down to just common sense. And
Right.
somebody that's getting paid the type of money that House supposedly is getting paid, um, they don't waste their time playing games.
Mm-mm.
They know what they're doing. He knows what
Yeah,
he's doing.
yeah. It's plain and simple. If he wanted to talk to somebody, there's probably a good damn reason that he wanted to talk to them.
And
Right.
that's what
Yeah.
it is. Use common sense. Like you guys, if any of this was not verified, just like the other day, Terry in our group in the comments said that the doctor's appointment was verified for the following Friday. She would be in jail. Like these are things that are showing,
Good.
her alibi,
Are you gonna
her
make the plate?
everything that she was doing. This is her. She would be in jail. So it doesn't make sense to me. Like you guys need to use your fucking head instead of sitting here trying to
Only 2 minutes on these eggs.
incriminate somebody that didn't do anything.
Right.
No.
If they had enough evidence, like they're saying, like Desiree saying, or Stacy saying, or Sam is saying, or whoever it is saying, like if there's evidence, where is it? And why is Terry not in jail or prison?
Yeah.
Why? Where is it? Because there is none. That's why.
And then they make up excuses why she's not. Oh, it's the DA. Well, there's been what,
Like,
like three DAs, so they're all just sitting on their asses, not doing anything about it.
Right? None of them want to find Kyron.
No,
We're supposed to just blindly believe that.
and,
You know,
and Terry herself comes on there and she's like, I'm not arrested because they don't, I have, you know, she's like, I have given them evidence. She said it on the news, or she said it on a interview with people, or
Dr. Phil, it was one or the other, but yes, she
Dr.
did.
Phil, or yes, she was like, I gave evidence that proves I did not take Kyron. I didn't do the things you guys are accusing me of. And they still
is this the
want to,
class where they put the bad kids? Yes, Jax, it is.
like,
What's
I
a
I can't. Oh, hello. But anyways, like there's nothing on her. That's why she's not arrested.
and the
And
more
they
people you can keep speculating, you can keep saying whatever you want, but the facts I mean the facts they
yeah,
they say it all. She's not arrested. What about Kyron and all of this? Half these people live over in that area, but they're not looking. They're not doing anything but running their mouths on the freaking internet about other people, about Terry, about shit that they can't even prove. They just state it and then everybody runs with it. It's ridiculous.
yeah. Well, one thing that one thing that's important to me is that Carrie was where she said she was at, and she was there for the reasons that she gave on the first day, and somebody that she knew saw her and claimed that she was acting normal.
Yes, yes.
She was
And I just made a post about this in group.
okay.
Let's think seriously. For 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks,
Okay.
Carrie cooperated fully with Ellie. She says that she spent hours with them. Now, I don't know how many of us out here watch true crime shows, but when they're doing the interrogations and stuff, how often do you see them not ask about your timeline? How
Right.
often do you see them not verify your timeline? Um, these are all things that if they found huge gaping gaps in her stories, they'd have said she's lying, just like they did with Casey Anthony. Um,
Right.
you know, that was the only thing they really got Casey on was the lying to police. Because her story had these things that were not possible. I bet they've driven the route that Terry says she went, which we will never know. Unless there's an end to this case, we will not know what exactly she did that day because Ellie has that. You know what I mean? These aren't secrets to the people that are going to solve this.
Right. I feel though that there is info that we're not being told, and I think that it would help us a great bunch
Oh, I
that we did
absolutely
know.
agree.
That's
I
why it could be
absolutely agree.
a cold case. I agree.
I
Like
mean, we're just regular people. We're not, detectives or anything to do with the government. We're not anything like that. But we might be regular people, but we're trying to find Kyron too.
Well, I guarantee you that and I'm even going to include the groups that don't agree with us. I guarantee you, us common people have spent more time investigating this case than they can afford to investigate it at the law enforcement's level.
well,
Exactly.
the other groups, the like Jack is saying, the mobs, the mobs are investigating. They're looking at Terry. They're not investigating anything else. So they're not doing shit, but
Right.
trying to, get Terry put away for the rest of her life. But yes, us, we're on this like 24/7 trying to figure something out. But you know,
We get railroaded by these idiots that want to say they want to keep this like fraudulent story going.
Well, and it's things like talking about whether there's a Starbucks or not. Um,
Like,
those
sorry.
don't matter. We absolutely know that two Starbucks employees were called to the grand jury. We don't know, nor will we know, what was said.
exactly.
We don't
Plain and simple,
we
but we know
do
they
we
were there.
even know do we even know if they were the two from inside Fred Meyer's or two that were outside of Fred Meyer's?
We have no idea.
We
And,
don't know.
and that's the whole thing of it. It doesn't matter because we know they were there.
Exactly.
Well, to me, it kind of matters because if it was the Starbucks on the outside, those people are too busy making drinks inside the other Starbucks to even give a crap about who's outside their Starbucks or who's
Right,
walking up
right.
to Fred
Yeah, I
Meyer.
get what you're saying, but I think for what I was trying to get at was that it doesn't matter because we know they went. We know that they were called. So there
Because
had to be a Fred Meyer's at that first, or yeah, there had to be a Fred Meyer's at that first Fred Meyer's. There
Hold
had to
on.
be a Starbucks at the first Fred
Hold on.
Myers.
Hold
there
on.
is
I'll
one.
be right
There
back.
is
Hold on.
one. But it's like, even if there's a first one there, or even if there's a Starbucks at the first one, she was going after the medicine. She
Right,
really
right. I
didn't
mean,
care about coffee at the time.
and like I said, none of that is really relevant in the bigger picture. Um, we know that this is fact. I can
Right.
bring up articles that are still around that will show you that they say that they interviewed that two people went in, two people from Fred Meyer or Starbucks went in and tested. Well, they were called before the grand jury. We don't know what happens after that. We know that they spent a few hours at the courthouse that day.
It's ridiculous, honestly. There's there's a Fred Meyer, or there's a Fred Meyer's. There's a Starbucks inside the Fred Meyer's, and that's where Terry went. She went to that one because there's a bakery that's right next to the Starbucks. They share counter space. And when she would go in there with her daughter and Kyron, they would often give them a hello.
Make a plate.
And they she went in there and did that, I'm guessing, quite a few times because they knew who she was. Because us women in Beaverton, Oregon, like to get a coffee before we go shopping. That's just how it is.
All right, I'm back. Oh,
We go up there to Starbucks, we order our coffee, we wait for it to get done, and then we take our coffee and we take a drink and we're like, oh, that's so good. And then we go shopping. Like, it doesn't go any other way than that unless you don't drink coffee.
Mhm.
That's just back from 2010 to now. That's how it goes.
I haven't had Starbucks in so long.
So, and if they have video surveillance, it clearly shows she went into the damn Starbucks and ordered a drink. Like, there's got to be evidence.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, and on what is it? Hold on. Web sleuths.
yeah,
They said that there's cameras in there, so
yes, Fred Meyers has surveillance cameras.
mm-hmm.
And there's no way they didn't go to Fred Meyers and get that videotape. I'm sorry. There's just not.
They had one at the gym. That's how Terry said that there was no gash on her leg. I mean, I don't know what these people want. I don't know how them obsessing over every little thing, and then we let our members post what they want.
Yeah.
We don't sit there and fact check every little thing because we're not like, oh yeah, this is facts. This and that. Like, we're not going to fact check everything. We're going to, we let them speak. So if they post something, then the other groups go back and they try to like prove it wrong and say that we're lying. And well, we're not going to tell our members they can't. They
Well,
can't
and
post.
I see nothing wrong with having a discussion with a member. I mean, that gets us all involved. And if we find the information not to be factual,
Oh my
Oh,
God. 6 cents. I'm sorry. Hold on. You've never had Starbucks.
I have never had Starbucks either. Oh, I
You
take that
are
back. I did one time and I hated it.
you are lying.
oh, that's why I couldn't see.
Oh my. Jack
No.
said, "Six, did you see the crime, or would you just keep looking at your coffee?" I would drink my coffee and I would just keep walking.
But
But
no, like, so I hope they're happy, like, whoever got us talking about Starbucks. Because it really isn't relevant, but it kind of is because that's part of Terry's day, which to
But
me
we
is a
don't
normal.
know what that part really was. Like, we don't know that she went and got a coffee. We do not know that.
That's what I was told, anyway.
Okay, but yeah, but that's not something that we know happened. It makes sense that it would have happened, but it is not. You know,
I mean,
as
we
far as
know.
I
Okay,
know.
okay, hold on. This whole thing happened. It started off because Desiree said that there was no Starbucks involved. She meant that she didn't say that there was no Starbucks in the store. She meant that there was no receipt for Starbucks. So was there a receipt for something she bought in Fred Meyer's, or was it from Starbucks? So it could have been a receipt for anything. And we know they had a receipt for 912. We just don't know if it was Starbucks or
And the
Fred Meyer.
Starbucks, the rumor about it being for Starbucks, was started after they went to the grand jury, and everybody was like, "Oh, I bet that's where the receipt comes from." But let's be realistic. Um,
We just
Nobody
don't know.
really knows that.
Exactly. If I
That's
don't have
just
morning
what I
coffee.
remember seeing what Terry wrote in the group.
Right.
That's what I remember
Okay.
her saying. She goes to Starbucks and gets a coffee, and then she goes shopping.
Okay.
And that's the thing she normally does.
Six,
I
I
don't
believe.
remember what post it is under, but I remember her
It's
telling
not a
us.
big deal. I believe that you've seen that, and I don't get to see. I mean, I don't look at every single post and everything that's said because
I
I would
do.
never have time to do anything else.
I have
Jax,
enough time.
Jax,
I have enough.
we're not snitches over here. So if 6 cents had ever committed a crime because she didn't have her coffee, that is fine. um yeah, I mean, you know, if she did or not, we know for sure. We know for a fact she had a receipt because she said, I
Yeah,
think she said that uh, wherever she
and
said that.
and we know that I know that she put it down in a post or in a comment thread
Somewhere
that
that she went and
that
got coffee.
she went and got coffee. Not only that, that she got the Tylenol. It wasn't a prescription. It was just Tylenol. And she didn't get it at the first one. She got it the second one, obviously, because why would she go to a second Fred Meyer's if she found one? Um, and we also know that I know because I seen her put it down that she gave the Tylenol to the police
And there you go.
and all
There
the
you go.
other things that she could give them that was on the receipt.
So, I kind of want to say
Yeah.
that, you know, if Terry were to be not telling the truth,
Right.
doing it in a public group would kind of be silly.
I could just hear the pain in her voice when you were saying it.
Because it hurt my head.
Yeah, because it sounds like
Just
the other
hurt my
people.
head.
It's not funny.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. It's just ridiculous. Like, okay, we got it. Like, we have many people that went to Starbucks in 2010, including me, got a coffee. We got it. There was one in there.
Right.
There was one on the outside of Fred Meyer's. So somewhere she got a damn coffee. Like, she did. I know it. She said it. I know that she gave it to the police because she said it in a thread. And could she be lying? We don't know. But why would Terry lie on the thread? Like, or any.
Because do you not think for 1 second that the police are watching that? I guarantee you they are.
We've said it a million times that LE even knew about our group before I even said anything. Like,
Right.
these cops are looking at our group. Is somebody really going to sit there and make up all these lies knowing the cops are watching, that they don't already have this written down? Like, she's had to have told this everything that happened so many times. So she's not going to sit here and make up something and then they're going to go back and look and be like, oh, wait, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it we are putting the pieces together now. Where did she get that coffee? It was Dunkin' Donuts, damn it.
Oh God.
But
But like I said earlier, what's important to me is that Terry was where she said she was on day one, from day one, and that she was there for the reasons that she gave. And she did, like I said, see somebody from her life that knows her, and they did say she was being normal. She wasn't acting like somebody that just was, dumping a child's body off somewhere or
Better
was
yet,
thinking about
she
it.
wasn't wet. She wasn't muddy. She wasn't
it was
disheveled.
raining and like it was really bad weather for that whole week. So, and that day
Right.
it
And
was
then
raining. So she would have been muddy. She had the same clothes. They had her on camera. I just, oh, I don't understand, guys. My head
and
starts
then
hurting.
and then you notice after all these people, that talk about Terry in the beginning, they are like, oh, Terry's a good person, this and that. Like, and then after, you know, DY and Kane come out with, oh, she
Ah,
took
you're cutting
Byron
out.
or whatever. And then for some strange reason, the lady that she saw at Fred Meyer's, all of a sudden now Terry was acting really weird and showing a picture of her son at the fair. Like, it's weird.
Wait,
No.
Kristen, you're like, you're skipping or whatever, or what's it called?
You're breaking up. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, breaking up. Or is it,
Okay. Hello?
hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but I don't know.
Okay. I'm sorry.
There you go.
I didn't know I was breaking up.
Yes, it was bad. I was like, wait, I don't know what you're saying. Okay, so what
Okay.
happened?
So I was saying that it's funny that the lady that she went and, well, that she saw at Fred Meyer's, her friend or whatever, saw
Her name
her.
was Andre Lucky.
Okay,
Hmm.
Andre Leckie saw Terry and said she wasn't acting abnormal, strange, weird, in a rush, in a hurry, like she had just jumped off a child's body somewhere, muddy, nothing. And then after Terry starts getting backlash from the supposed murder for hire and everything else started coming down on Terry, that's when this woman starts saying, well, she was acting kind of funny. Like,
I just
that
want
whole.
to. I want to sort of jump in here
Go ahead.
because you are right, but I don't know that she changed or whether the reporter made it look a certain way, if that makes sense. Because,
Yes.
like, the reporter is asking a question, but you don't know what they asked.
Yes.
So it could have definitely just made it look like it was more than what it was.
Because I think I remember, like, even on DUI's page, she said something about that Terry was acting weird to her friend. Her friend said she's acting weird. And I'm like, wait, what? Because what I remember her saying on the news is that she was not acting funny.
He had a
Right.
copy as well, the reporter. Jack, you're cracking me the fuck up. They did look like they may have got it from the same
From the
place.
same place.
All right, what were you
But, like,
saying?
yeah, like, that's just ridiculous how everything just, like, turned head. Like, everything that a normal person does on a normal day now looks like murderer's footsteps.
Well, also we haven't shared a copy. We forgot to look for that. We found an article that states Kane said he was no longer, what did it say? He was no longer putting pressure on Terry because
Yeah.
he something. It was really so. Not only is he now not speaking up, that makes me think like he knows from the beginning, like it all just got out of hand. That's my opinion. I don't know. He's really quiet. He admits he's not putting pressure on her. Um, so that's like, okay, she's already said everything she can say.
Hmm.
Um, to me, that says a lot. I
Yeah,
mean,
it does.
you know, I don't know if he just sits there and thinks like, okay, maybe if we would have done stuff differently, he could have been found, or I don't know. But they did too much. It brought me back to everybody saying it was Terry, like especially, Ellie was focusing on her.
Hmm.
And when you said back then you were scared, like the whole place was scared, right?
Yes.
My thing is maybe they were trying to make it look like it was Terry, so their little perfect town, or their little town, the parents don't have to run around scared. Like,
We
not,
still were. It didn't matter who the hell did it.
yeah,
We didn't know. Like I said in the beginning of this, the first 2 weeks, there was no Terry did this, Terry did that. It was Terry was doing everything just like everybody else is doing. That's what it was like here, anyways.
I like how you green screened yourself into your own murder board. What?
Your background.
What do you mean? What? How? I'm confused.
What?
I'm really confused.
I like how you
It look
green screened yourself into your own murder board. That is deep on the case. Oh, your background. Like you're on your background. Like your
You,
body is with Kyron, like with the whatever. But there's nothing on your background that states murder, but whatever.
Kyron is. I believe that he's alive. I don't know, and I've always felt that. That's my gut feeling that Kyron is alive. Oops, shit.
I don't know personally because I feel like even if you know, okay, say he is alive or whatnot, like you would think that he would himself came and was like, "Listen, I'm alive and I'm okay. I'm here."
There's so many cases like
I
that that
just
they don't come out, and just like look at Steven. Uh,
Yeah, true.
he went to school. He knew that that was not his father. He knew his what last name, or no, only his first name. He
Yeah.
didn't come out and say anything, like.
Did they say why he didn't?
But it is what people will think when they come in the chat. There's no evidence that Kyron is deceased. Exactly.
Right, there isn't. There's been no clothing, no shoe, no toy.
Nothing. If Terry did this, now whoever's watching, if you're in the comment section, and if you think that Terry did this, why do you think that there is nothing showing that he is dead? Why were glasses not found? Why were socks, shoes, blood, nothing? Why wasn't
Right,
anything found? Why
right.
hasn't this is the biggest search in Oregon, in the history of Oregon. Why has he not been found? Why? Like it
And
doesn't make
surely
sense.
it's not because Terry's some mastermind.
Yeah.
Like, she's smart, but there's just no evidence pointing to that he was murdered or that he's even dead.
And
There's
his
no,
Kane, after all these years, he still thinks that his son is alive. I That speaks volumes to me. If you
Yeah.
guys are not in our Facebook and group and you guys have not seen everything that's been going on, oh my god.
Like,
Like
we're not just trying to say stuff to blow air out of our ass or
we
make
don't
people believe.
exactly. We don't have to. We don't. You know what? Let me put. And yet, everyone thinks murder when someone goes missing. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's sad. It really is. I want to read what. Hold on. Let me show y'all something real quick. Hold on. Hold on. How do I exit out of that? Okay. Home. Let me not show our conversation. Okay. Let me. Oh, you know what? Let me just share this whole screen real quick. I want to show y'all something because we haven't talked about this. Oh wait, what am I sharing? Oh, I'm sharing our YouTube. Hold on. All right. So, okay, I
Oh,
just want to I want to well I want to show a few things. So, today this is what and this wasn't the only billboard thing. This was the sign that was in front of Skyline June 4th, 2010. It had the time of it said 8 to 10, and that was the little the fair, the town the science fair.
the science fair. Yeah.
And in May 2023 they have another one.
My drink.
So they didn't that wasn't the only spot they had that on, but just imagine how many people drive by there and could have saw that, and they know, hey, this happens every year. This is a perfect time to get you know to go get a child. Hold on. I want to find. I forgot who wrote it. It was written the other day. I believe there was no, 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 no.
I've read so much stuff.
I know.
Like
It's like
I've done more investigating in this last year in some than I ever did. Like you guys were asking me like what made me feel like Terry wasn't guilty or whatever. Like it's just because everywhere she was that day is where she said she was. And there's cameras and there's proof. And
And if there wasn't cameras and there wasn't proof, then we wouldn't be talking about this.
exactly.
so. This statement, this post, I just want to read real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Somebody said, we can go tit for tat, but unfortunately, there are groups that do not like that we question things. Keyword question. We are not here to provide a defense for Terry. She has counsel for that and a book written about her. But there are aspects of her case that makes no sense to many people. I'm not going to call anyone out, but the timeline is ever changing from the
Yeah.
contributor of the book. And you guys, this is what I was saying earlier. The timeline has changed like 3 times the past 2 weeks. It's ridiculous. And I'll get
Yeah,
to that in a minute.
I
So
saw that.
yes, it's I don't understand. Um, Terry initially said she was at the gym at 11:20 p.m. Who put out there 11:39? Not Terry that I am aware of. My understanding is Ellie did. Look up Brooke Elizabeth's post. Common sense says that they told her video has her checking in at 11:39 a.m. That timeline initially has changed multiple times. In the book and post we have shared, Kyron was never doing a talent show. Now, all of a sudden, after Miss Porter stopped by a recent car wash, he was in the talent show. Miss Porter. Terry states maybe she was doing a joke. It was not a for sure. And said Kyron gets very, very shy. Picture was vehemently stated initially timestamp 8:45 a.m. We posted what DY had stated. Then recently it's between 8:15 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. That is not coming from this group. We are posting what was said prior and showing then and now. This silly group is trying to say the owners of Magic Cleaners were not interviewed, but they were by Kyle Abashi. Terry's lawyer wanted to dispose. Why can I dispose them? Not sure
Dispose.
it dispose
Dispose.
dispose. Yeah,
Like you have to kind of stop after the dis, and then because other than
dispose. I know how to say it, but then when I'm reading, I'm like, wait, did it
because
looks
it
like
sounds like you're saying dispose of.
yeah? That's what I was like. Wait, what? Not sure if he did, but Kyle Abashi says he spoke with the employee. See below. We are getting the full article. Don't let them trick you with the wording. She says Terry came in alone. That means the
Mhm.
owner or employee said that, not Terry herself. We are
Right.
not the ones trying to prove Terry is innocent. They are doing all of that by themselves. And the book that was never verified by MCSO. We have multiple members and many groups that send us YouTube clips, screenshots, and honestly, it's overwhelming. We talk about alternative theories and question a lot. I'm not saying we weren't in the wrong before, but having to constantly defend, asking a question, or making an opinion is draining. We don't care if you think Terry is guilty or not. Have a conversation before you start making accusations. If you are here to say nasty things about someone who has never been charged in this case, then maybe change your way of thinking as to why you feel that way. Or just move on. All we want is Kyron to be found and he gets justice.
Right.
And
And sorry.
I no, I love that post because everything that this person, well, it's an anonymous. Oh God, coffee. They're gonna say it's me writing this,
Right. No
but
wonder
I.
you
They
all.
always do. They always say it's you, and it's not.
But how she said, we're not here to provide a defense for Terry. She already has that, and just because we are sitting here and we don't accept that people are bullying, threatening, doing all of this stuff, we don't appreciate the lies being made up because that hurts Kyron's case. That's all it does is hurt Kyron's case. Um,
Right.
the timeline, like we said, has changed 3 times. If you look too close, you put yourself in the case, even as just people. Careful.
Well,
Well,
no, because we weren't there.
yeah, Tabor will see where I've lived my whole life, and with 8 kids, I don't have time. In 2010, I was pregnant with my first child. Um,
In
Kyron would miss
2010, my baby had just turned 6, and I was clear in Pennsylvania, where I've been my whole life.
coffee. I know. I lived there with you. I know.
Uh,
I'm sure.
My daughter, just turned 1 years old.
yep, yep.
Yeah,
See,
we were. We're not. It's fine. It's fine.
I've always wanted to go, out that way. So if they want to take me out there and question me, I'm all for it. Whatever.
Kyron went missing in
Um,
2010. It's very important to keep missing children's names in people's minds. Exactly, Six Sense. And that's what we want people to do. But for the past 13 years, all they've been doing is Terry, 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 Terry. It needs to be Kyron, 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 Kyron. What does it hurt? What does it hurt? We've shown all the misinformation and we always back it with receipts. And what
And
does it hurt?
never once have we said, don't look for him. Don't go dig for him. He's not dead. No, we say he's not
Oh,
dead. He could not be dead, and we should still be looking for a live Kyron. But if your heart tells you he's dead, pick up a spade and go look. I don't care.
It is so disgusting. These people, Randy and Paula, they swear that they know where Kyron, that he is buried, they wrote this under one of our videos. We need to go get a shovel, go to Oregon and dig and find him.
I'm in Oregon and I'm not digging because I am the same area as you, and I don't think he is passed away.
Jack, I don't know what you're talking about either.
It is good to keep a kid's name in everybody's mind, but at the same time, don't do it with lies.
Exactly.
Like, don't misinfo.
Well, and
parts of that.
It goes bigger than just that.
Yes, it does.
They incite hate against two people. There are two people that since 2010 have not been able to lead a normal life. And neither one of those people have been listed as a person of interest, a suspect, nothing. Each of them have, freedom to go and do what they want to do. Except for,
wait. You just reminded me. So Terry always posts that she's in Mexico. She'll take a picture of her and her husband or whatever. Now people are saying that she plans on running there.
because you're going to wait 13
because she's there 13 years later.
Yeah, she's gonna run to the place that she's taking pictures, and no one's supposed to know where she is. Oh my god, I can't with these people. I really can't. I don't understand.
The thing is, people know where she's at. They know where she lives because people are putting her address out there with pictures. And they're sending people out there to harass and bully and threaten Terry.
Terry is so better than me because I wish somebody would pull up. Oh my god. I wish. I wish. I don't know how she does it.
Now, if somebody was to do that to DY, who would be in jail right now?
Right?
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. Nobody should be stalked. Nobody should be followed. Nobody should be harassed. Nobody should be.
You shouldn't be talking about going to somebody's house Halloween night and standing. It's ridiculous.
They should not go. They should not say don't. They should not be telling people to go to her house on Halloween and dress their child like Kyron. What kind of fucking sick people are you?
Exactly. See?
Like, I read that and I was beyond pissed because if somebody
Hold on, copy. Did I not press live? Why does it say we've only been live 28 minutes?
My phone says we've been live an hour and 8 minutes.
8 minutes and 55 seconds.
This says we've only been live 20. What? Hold on.
It says 1 hour and 9 minutes.
Hold on. Okay, it didn't mess up. I don't know why it only says 28 minutes. What did Jack? And they're watching this show sooner or later. It will be up for so long. I'm really confused, Jack.
Well, the thing is that they're sick in the head if they think that it's funny to send somebody dressed as Kyron to her house, which she lost Kyron too, along with everyone else.
Exactly.
And she's being blamed for him being missing. Like, they really need... Like, if that was somebody in our group saying that shit, pardon my language if I can't say that word.
It's okay.
But
we're scammers and all we want to do is make money, but
we don't make any money.
No, but I'm saying if you're monetized and you want to make money off videos, we can't keep speaking the way we do. But that just shows we don't care. But supposedly we're doing all of this for money.
No.
Oh my god. Go
We're
ahead.
not out here trying to do fake car washes and fake crying. I'm sorry. If anybody has a problem with me saying that, I don't care. I have a right to my own opinion, just like they do.
Exactly. You guys have your opinion. We have ours, and
The money that they have raised through Kyron's name this whole time, there's been plenty of money to hire a private investigator. I'm sorry.
yep,
13 years of raising money 2 times a year, or how many ever times a year, there's money to be made in that. Enough for a PI, enough for whatever the heck DY is wanting to do. They've had the money to do that. I'm sorry.
exactly. It's really sad. It really is. And this is the kind of stuff that um, we were talking about. Uh, we said something earlier, and this reminded me of it. Hold on.
The book.
And DY. Yeah, I think it just does right. So somebody said, let's just stop the misinformation right here. MCSO did not speak with the author. The book Boy Missing is not just about Kyron. She talks about other nobody cases. The only documents out there are anything you can get from court online that are not sealed. So glad people are finally asking. But this kind of stuff that is said after this question, this really pisses me off because you're
Mm-hmm.
not speaking the truth. Somebody said, "Why be rude?" I'm just sincerely asking if there are genuine documents regarding Kyron on file. What's wrong with wanting um hold on. What's wrong with wanting to read the facts? No different than reading documents in other true crime cases. So this person says, read the book. The author got a lit of info from LE.
Mm-mm.
So this group is telling people that this book, you know,
This book is shit.
my
This
head
book
hurt.
is nothing but her opinion and nothing more than that.
But they will call out the parents who want their kids to be taken on Halloween, come to my house, F around, and find out. That sounds like somebody said. If you're going to dress up your child like that, we know what you're saying, and it's not code. They need to try harder, or the mob will get them. What?
You deliver a child like that. We know what you're saying is not code. They need to try harder or the mob will get them.
If you're going to dress up
So
your child.
I don't know what.
Oh,
they were
Amelia.
talking about
No, I thought that was Jack that said that, and then I was like, wait, that sounds so familiar, like somebody that we know from a group says that all the time. But yeah, look around and find out. Definitely, because
I've
it would not
read
it would not
I've
be good.
I've read about 60%, maybe a little bit more of that book, and it shows honestly that DY has an anger issue
Yeah,
and
I
that
haven't even read it.
huh?
I haven't read it.
I was like, I gotta read it, not because I'm interested in what she has to say necessarily, but
Mm-hmm.
I read it because I wanna
And
see what her info is versus what I have already looked up and what I know about it. And she talks about herself in it and how when she's younger, she's depressed and suicidal. And then fast forward to Kyron being missing, she's throwing cake at her husband when he's driving down the freeway, right in his face, and it goes all over the truck.
That is
Like,
that's crazy.
if she's gonna do that, what else? Just like they say about Terry, if she's gonna do that, what about this and that? Like there's always there's three things. There's her version, there's Terry's version, and then there's the truth.
Wait, Jack, what do you mean by edits happen too much?
What?
I don't know what Jack meant by edits happen too much.
Yes, you see it as well now. Six, that is fun, but edits happen. Okay, so I was thinking out loud, what would happen if I got doxxed and people randomly turned up at my house? I don't know. That makes no sense. But okay, anyways.
And this made sense to me too.
Okay.
Somebody said, I think it's clear at this point that Desiree is working off some original scenario that she has developed since 2015 without input from LE. Nothing of this matches the info we have or makes sense, both with what we do know or even within itself. Why would Porter tell the chaperone that Kyron was probably in the bathroom or mark Kyron as absent at 10 o'clock? If she knew he was with Terry and expected him back at 11, why would Terry remove Kyron from the group for a personal tour between 8:15 and 8:45 when the groups didn't form until 8:45? Why did Gina Zimmerman say she saw Kyron and Terry by the project in the classroom at 8:15 if the events picture taking and tour were reversed, as Desiree claims? Why, if Terry told everyone exactly what happened to Kyron, that he left with her, did the police feel any need to search the school and the surroundings? Why would they not have arrested her immediately when all the testimony came to light?
Because at first, oh, sorry.
Oh, DY's story doesn't make any sense. She only began to tell it in the original form in 2015 over the core events of one, the photo being taken at 8:45, and two, witnesses seeing Kyron and Terry leave together. I think it's pretty clear by now that neither of those are true, as Desiree's reconstruction shows. Edit to add to my point. Here is what the book says. In addition to the school-wide state science fair, they had brought hundreds of people to the school. There was an afternoon talent show. Kyron was not to be part of it, so his absence still didn't get anyone's attention. Like his mother, Kyron was shy. He struggled to make it through a presentation about Portland's Iron Bridge that he'd given to his class in April. Um, so she's saying that it contradicts the story that DY is telling now, only a few years later. She's saying now that he was supposed to be in the talent show, but we all know he wasn't. And if he was, why was nobody worried?
Well, let me say this about the talent show because we've went over this a few times. This talent show, the person that he was supposed to be with was somebody that was not supposed to be hanging out with Kyron.
Yep.
That's well known, and it's just the way it is. So the bigger question for me is, why would the teacher agree to let them do this joke or whatever together, knowing that the parents in general would not approve of this? And that leads to the bio parents, the Terry, them not knowing that he was even going to be in the talent show.
Mm-hmm. None of it makes sense.
That was not that wasn't my question, but my question was when you started talking about why did the teacher say that she took Kyron? Because the story that I know is that she just took Kyron and he had a doctor's appointment. There was no returning him at 11 o'clock. I never have heard that until now, actually. Um, and if, like it says, if he was leaving with Terry for a doctor's appointment, and that's what the teacher says, why did she tell people or the kids that he went potty or is getting a drink of water?
All
And
right.
then why does she leave for an hour and 20 minutes after Kyron is announced to be not in class?
Now I got a question because we're
What?
going to talk about, this doctor's note, and let's talk about that.
Okay.
Um, so we know because of in group that Terry asked for this letter from the teacher the day before on the 3rd. She called into the school and requested this letter. Um, the teacher's observation on Kyron. Now, Terry's been a substitute teacher. She has volunteered at the school. She's been in the classroom. She knows what's going on. Do you really think for 1 minute that Terry would expect an observation of Kyron in less than a day?
Oh wait,
On
sorry,
such
hold on. 6 cents. You didn't have to erase that. I was no, I thought it was Jack that said that,
You're
and I was
right, Garnet.
okay. Go ahead.
it just that part gets me because it's not like she's some parent that doesn't have a clue of what's happening at school and how hard it would be to get an observation together of a child.
Right, right.
um
She was
she,
told she needed one.
right, she but she knows how this works. So her giving the teacher a week to get it together versus a day.
Right. That's
Well, you can't do that in it. I mean, somebody could do that in a day, but my teachers, I've had to do the same thing for my kids, and it
like
took
a like
4, 5, almost a week. Like they had to sit there and really thoroughly write something out. What was I about to do? Oh, um, it can't be just something thrown together. It's serious. It's about the child being
when
looked into.
Especially when it's such a busy time at the school. This wasn't just, you know, a normal day. Terry knew this science fair was happening. She knew the IB thing was going on. She knew there was a talent show at the end of the day. That's all on the board.
Exactly.
Now, she didn't, I don't think that they knew Kyron was going to be in the talent show because somebody will turn that around. But I do believe Terry knew there was a talent show at the school.
Mm-hmm.
she did know
You know,
because she's the one that told us that he uh in the group, she's the one that told us that he was not allowed around this other boy that was a bully or mean or rude or whatever.
well,
And
they
so,
got into trouble together. Let's just
okay,
put it that way.
okay. I thought he was like mean to Kyron, so
I
he
think
was
it was, but to cover all bases, let's just say that they got into disagreements. That they got into trouble together.
Wait, I lost sound? Or we all lost sound? It's buffering.
oh my god.
Something's going on with this YouTube studio, I swear. It's just
Maybe
like,
we're getting too close to the truth.
right? It's like, calm down, calm down. What is it? Hold on, let me go check.
Well, girl, I'm gonna have to get off here soon.
Hold on. No, you're not leaving.
I have to. You know my time limits.
I wonder if, hold on.
Nobody's got anything for you.
Okay, I hear it now. Can you hear it? You've lost sound glitching.
Are we still glitching?
Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard privacy. Glitching. No, I hear it on my YouTube thing. Let me hold on. Yeah, I'm watching us on my other on the actual YouTube. Maybe it's Six Sense. Is it you? Is it you?
And now she doesn't
Buffering.
answering, so maybe it is her.
Buff.
No.
I see that they say it says buffering, but is that from before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand what this, but edits happen too much. I don't know.
Mhm.
But yeah, you know, there's so much stuff, and we can keep doing this over and over and over. I'm so tired. Oh, we're back.
Okay.
We're back. Um, I'm so tired of doing the same thing every single day. Like I wish that we could do something bigger. And being on the internet, doing all of this, it's like, man, just go make this a cold case already, so we could at least get everything. We could see everything. We could get, all the documents, because this whole internet, it's keeping Kyron's name out there. But the misinformation, the people obsessing over us, like watching our group, making videos, we don't even pay any attention, but we know they're doing it. It's really annoying. Um, I wish we could do so much more.
Yeah.
It
I
makes
I
sad.
agree.
It makes me sad because I encourage like my personal friends, people that I know, that will ask me about this case. And I encourage them to go check out other groups and, form an opinion for yourself. Come back, let's talk about it.
Right.
Um, I encourage that because uh, let's talk about it and see, because I am not God. I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
You might bring
Neither one of
something
us are.
I've seen, but
Just like somebody posted in there that she thinks Terry did it and that it's always going to be that, that's always going to be her thought. And I was like, I want to know personally, I want to know where you're getting your conclusion from and what makes you think that she did it. I want to know. We
and
want to know.
and they turn that around as to us harassing and bullying people. No, it's an honest question. Give us a good argument as to why you feel that way. We'll sit and discuss it, as long as you're not being disruptive, you're not trying to hijack every post with your opinion. Um, we're more than willing to sit down and trade facts for facts with you. Um, you
Right.
know,
Or if you're going to come in and saying Terry killed Kyron, where's Kyron? Dee Dee and Terry. Like, what in the hell?
when you do that, that just sets my blood on fire, and I have to ban you. Like I do.
Like,
I can't
that's just
get.
ridiculous. None
It's
of
great.
us go on DY's page and say, hey, that you're lying. We don't even say that.
We
No,
couldn't even do that because I mean, we wouldn't anyway, but like you can't even get close to their group by
no,
if
no. If you're associated with us, you've been done.
yeah, you
I've been done.
except little sneaky snake Paula over here. Oh my god.
Because that was their. Never mind. I'm not getting into there. We're not doing that. But I
I'm
do.
telling you guys. It's still buffering? No. I
All right,
think
girl, I'm getting off of here. Let's wrap this up, and we'll do another one.
yeah, we have a case I didn't tell Coffee about. Um
I love you.
and I wrote it like I did the last one, so it's gonna be more like us telling a story thing.
Okay.
We just got to figure out when we're gonna do it. So
Well, like I said, we can definitely work on that. If you want to do something tomorrow, it's all on your schedule because you have the kids that are crazy.
uh crazy, crazy, crazy kids. Kristen, if you want to join us on Friday, you're more than welcome.
What
I hope
time?
uh it would be
We're doing them at 1 o'clock Eastern time.
so 10.
Ooh, I
But
might, maybe. Ooh, that's kind of close. Wait, this Friday?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it'll be
definitely will. Yes.
we were supposed to do it last Friday, but a lot of my phone broke and then the computer wouldn't work. I couldn't get a hold of anybody. So um
Lots of things happening to you.
girl, I'm telling you, it's the evil eye. All
I
this
know.
negative energy and all these evil ass people. Like,
Turn
I
the eye
swear.
around. Turn that eye around.
I wear all of my I don't have them on now, but I have my necklaces, my rings, bracelets, all of that.
Right.
But we appreciate you coming on. We are
Of
gonna get out of
course.
here. Um, anything else you want to say?
Just I just want to say to people, dig for information. Like, go looking for other facts that are supported, you know. Don't just go with one thing and write it all the way. Do really look and really research, because I used to be this on the wagon of Terry did it. It was all her. And then I read up on things and dug deeper, and that really changed everything for me.
Yeah.
Well,
So
just
just
hard when
don't stick.
and the story is now changing from people that are supposed to know.
You said
Right.
you said what?
I said it's hard when, it's been 13 years and the story keeps changing from people that's supposed to know. I mean, we believed for 13 years that what happened,
Oh
and
yeah.
all of a sudden it's changing. Well,
Yeah.
that's definitely a huge red flag. I guarantee you, if Terry changed her story and said, you know what, I went to Mexico in the time.
Right.
Yeah. Like, this wouldn't be a whole different story for sure.
Right. I mean, of course, I'm over exaggerating, but it's just the way it is. Come on now. And
Yeah.
see, keep doing this. I got to get off here.
Right.
I will talk to you shortly after you're done here.
All right, girl.
Later.
Love ya.
Love ya.
All right, you guys. Thank you for joining us. We will be live soon. The case. A lot of you have probably heard of the case that we're gonna go over, but I'm not gonna tell you yet. It's gonna be a surprise. Sixth Sense. I
Oh, I'm
miss
wondering
you.
now who it is.
Oh, I'll message you it. I don't want to give it away.
Okay, girl. Okay.
um,
I've
I
I've read up on a lot of different cases, a lot. So
yeah. This. Ugh. I mean, this case is. It's really sad. It's not a child's case. Well, it's like a teens, but um,
mhm.
it's sad.
All
It is
right.
sad.
Well, you can message me it.
I will. Um, The Sixth Sense. I don't know when it's gonna be, but I hope you join us next time. If you guys aren't on our Facebook group, please join it. It's Kyron Horman Investigation New, Old, and Ignored Tips. If you guys have not subscribed to our other YouTube channel, please do. It is, shoot, hold on. I forgot the name of it. Oh, no, it's not doubting. Oh, where did it go? It's because my other phone broke, so now I don't even have it. I have the Doubting Justice, but that wasn't it. It was like Duo. Hold on. Doubting Justice. Duo. No. All right. I don't know what it is now. I don't remember the name. um, but yeah, if you guys are not subscribed, I made a post for it. So I'll post it again. I'll have to go find it under the email I made. Um, it is like duo doubting justice. I don't know. It's gonna be like a trial channel where we go over trials instead, and so we're gonna be discussing the trial, but like on a defense side. I don't know. I have this whole idea in my head. You guys know I'm crazy. I always think of stuff and then it takes forever to even get to it, and then I don't even think I want to do it anymore. But hey, we'll see how it goes. I will see you guys next time. And thank you guys for your support. We love you all. Please give this video a thumbs up, share, and join our Facebook group. Bye.